What's up, everybody? Back in our video. I'm finally uploading on this channel again. Today I'm bringing you a top 10 mock draft with the first 10 picks of this year's 2021 draft with some highlights playing in the background. Hope you guys enjoy it. Comment what you think below on the picks. I'm definitely willing to be, accepting of your guys' opinions for this. And let's get right into it. So the Jaguars have the first pick in this draft. From the beginning of the season, everybody thought it was going to be the Jets who was going to grab it, but hey, the Jets found a way to win 2 games, and the Jaguars only won 1, and that was the first game of the season for them. So with the first pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, this is a no-brainer. It's Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars are so fortunate to get a guy like this. He just basically fell to their hands with the Jets winning those 2 games against the Browns and Rams. He's by far the best prospect to come to the NFL Draft since Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning. And just so happens he's being compared to those 2 guys. He's got a good running ability and a great gunslinger throwing ability. He's just going to turn this Jags franchise around. It's going to be awesome to see. And I'm excited to see what they do with their next pick. But this one's pretty obvious. There's really no debate here. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence at number 1. The Jets have the second overall pick. This is going to be probably where the draft starts. Everybody knows Trevor Lawrence going 1 so far, unless they get blown away by a blockbuster trade, which I still don't think is even possible at this point. But this is so interesting. They could take an O-line. They could take a QB. They could trade back. They could trade for Deshaun Watson. Let's get right into it. With the second overall pick, I have the New York Jets taking Zach Wilson, QB out of BYU. The big topic in a lot of people's eyes for this draft is either Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson's definitely better. He's much better in the pocket, and he just seems like a more complete quarterback. I think the Jets definitely could take him or Penei Sewell here, the offensive tackle. I like the idea of getting rid of Sam Darnold, getting some draft capital for him, and bringing some new talent, especially for contract purposes. You don't want to, take on Sam Darnold's contract that he's going to want in the future here. But I think Zach Wilson works good for the Jets, and they can maybe add some more offensive talent to support him later in the draft. And next year, I assume they have a top pick. Maybe they can grab some talent for him there also. At number 3, we got the Dolphins. This is actually supposed to be the Texans' pick, but they traded for it a little back before the season started. It's crazy how they landed this high. This is a phenomenal area to pick. And with the 3rd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Penei Sewell, offensive tackle, Oregon. Sorry if I said that dude's name wrong. Penei Sewell is just an absolute monster that's looking to be a generational offensive line talent. Yes, the Jets could definitely take him here. I still think Zach Wilson's the better route. It definitely could change, though, in my opinion. But there's no way if the Dolphins are still on the board and Penei Sewell's on the board, there's no way they pass him. It'd just be phenomenal for Tua, just getting him more protection, as protection wasn't too great last year. You could also go with like a Devonta Smith route, but I think Sewell is definitely the option here. I doubt he goes beyond 3 in this draft. He's just a phenomenal talent. The Atlanta Falcons had the 4th pick in this year's draft, and with the 4th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, I have the Atlanta Falcons taking Justin Fields, quarterback out of Ohio State. I think quarterback's the right selection here. Matt Ryan's time in Atlanta is really running out, and can you really assume that the Falcons are going to land this high of a pick in the next coming years? And Justin Fields taken as the number 3 overall quarterback in this draft. Any other year, he'd probably be the number 1 quarterback taken off. This is a stacked QB draft. He definitely deserves to be picked here. He'll sit behind Matt Ryan for another year, and then he could probably take over in his 2nd year. But I think this is a great pick. Matt Ryan, he's got a little time left. And with the 5th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, I had the Cincinnati Bengals taking Jamar Chase, wide receiver out of LSU. I have them taking a wide receiver here just to help out Joe Burrow that much. I have Chase over guys like Smith because of his body is so much bigger than Smith's, and he has that Joe Burrow connection already. I think this is a phenomenal pick. The Bengals are going to land a great one this year. He can be a generational wide receiver talent. I might go deeper into these players in different videos, but he's just going to be an amazing pick here. The Eagles own the 6th pick in this year's draft. I have them taking Devonta Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama. If you watch college football this year, you know how dominant this kid is. He was not only the Heisman winner, but he won the national championship with Alabama this year. He can do about everything as a wide receiver. The only question coming in, and it's a pretty big question, is his body, as he's only 175 pounds. I personally don't take too much weight onto that. I think he can do almost everything. He can run the slot. He can run deep routes. He's going to do anything for this Eagles team to be the best he can, and I think this is a phenomenal pick. If I'm an Eagles fan, I am so happy about this addition. I would be extremely excited to see him in an Eagles uniform. The Lions had the 7th pick in this year's draft. It's going to be an interesting one. They got in a new head coach. He's really good. I like their new head coach they brought in, and they're going to be most likely trading Matthew Stafford here. Hence why I'm taking Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State, at number 7 for the Lions. With Matthew Stafford going out of town most likely, the Lions, they have to bring in another quarterback, I think, this year. I don't think you wait till next year. I think you got to do it right now, especially when you got a guy like Trey Lance on the board. Take him. He's an elite rusher. He definitely fits the modern game as like a Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. He really does look like a smaller Cam Newton when he runs, as you just saw. He absolutely trucked the kid into the end zone. He's also a really big gunslinger, so I really like this Josh Allen comparison in the NFL. He's got some good weapons in Detroit right now that are currently free agents, unfortunately, so we'll see if they stay. I would expect some of them to stay, and if they do stay, he's going to have a great rookie year. With the 8th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, I have the Carolina Panthers taking Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. A lot of people are saying they got to take a QB. At this point, I don't think Mac Jones would be worth it, as he is the next best quarterback to come off this list. I would not be taking Mac Jones here. I would be taking Micah Parsons out of that defense. He is such a good linebacker blitzer. He's going to get to that quarterback and he's going to sack him. I think he has about 7 to 8 sacks in his rookie season. He could definitely win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he most likely will with that Panthers team. Just keep adding on to that defense. Next year, go for maybe a QB. Plus, Teddy Bridgewater didn't have McCaffrey this whole year. We'll see how that works with him this year. With the 9th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, I have the Denver Broncos taking Patrick Surtain, cornerback, out of Alabama. I think this is a great pick that adds to their secondary, as I'm a big fan of Jalen Waddle left on the board, but I think he got out of that defense right now. And Patrick Surtain just won SEC Defensive Player of the Year. He's just going to be a great addition to this team, really help out that pass rush, and I just think he works out really well. I think he kind of has like a Jalen Ramsey play style. He's got that same body. He's going to contest stuff. I think he could really be physical this year and give guys trouble. And with the last pick of my mock draft, I have the Dallas Cowboys taking Caleb Farley, quarterback, out of Virginia Tech, at number 10. I think adding to the Cowboys defense is a must. Dak Prescott's going to be back next year. I would assume he is a free agent, but I just don't think they don't sign him. I think he stays. Zeke should be better in offense this year also. But I just think adding to that secondary is massive. You already got Diggs out there at cornerback. I think adding our young guy in to get that, going for the future, and then maybe in a few years you got an elite secondary. And yeah, that wraps up my draft. Thank you so much for listening and watching to this. I'm definitely going to try to do this in the future more. I'm going to try to bring back some videos here, not as recent. When I used to have this channel going, I was pumping like 2 videos out a day. I'm probably not going to be doing that as much now. I'll probably make a few a week, maybe 1 or 2 a week. We'll see how it goes. But this will start it off. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.